The Burbank Police Department here in the Media Relations Office, and we are going to go over just a few things on the Tuna Fire update. Most of this we have covered already on our Facebook page, but we thought we'd put a face to the name, and I do have additional information I wanted to go over. So let's first start with the evacuation situation. Last night at about 10 o'clock, the Burbank Police Department began repopulating all the evacuation zones in the Burbank hillside. This included the Castleman Estates, Brace Canyon area, the Wildwood Canyon area, and all others that were earlier evacuated. Unfortunately, about midnight, we had a flare-up very close to the estates, which required us to reinitiate an evacuation zone specific to the Burbank Estates. The people affected by those evacuations right now are those living on Castleman Lane, Wedgwood Lane, Kildare Court, Folkestone Court, and Logan Court. These residents have been notified and evacuated. If you have not heard of an evacuation order, please stay put, you are fine. You will hear from us if you are to evacuate. Road closures are as follows. Joaquin at Haven is closed. Bel Air at Vista Ridge. Scott Road at Haven is closed. Bel Air at Amherst. Bel Air at Cambridge. Groton at Stephen. Sunset Canyon at Walnut. Sunset Canyon at Harvard Road. Country Club at Walnut. Keystone at Lamer, and the Wildwood Canyon area. McCambridge Park is the designated evacuation center. We have refreshments there, Red Cross staff, and city employees on hand to assist those that have been displaced by this fire. The location of the recreation center is 1515 North Glen Oaks Boulevard. If you need to call them and ask a question, you can look up their phone number online. The Burbank Police Department has deployed an A-Watch and B-Watch. This is a department-wide operation, and every member of the department has been ordered to work 12 and a half hours on, 12 and a half hours off around the clock. We staggered the shifts to allow the most coverage. This became effective this morning at 5:30 a.m. as A-Watch came on to relieve B-Watch. We also have personnel from several other police departments assisting us, including the Sheriff's Department and Los Angeles Police Department. Let's talk about looky-loos for a second. Looky-loos are people that are curious, and we're all curious. We understand that. People that want to get close to the fires to take photos and just see what's going on. We understand the curiosity. However, this is an issue with public safety and safety of residents, safety of emergency personnel. We cannot have looky-loos in the Emergency Operations Center. If you are told by a police officer to leave the area, please follow those directions. They are looking out for you, and leave the area immediately. If you are found to be obstructing or delaying, resisting an officer's orders, you could be subject to arrest. We do have police officers up in the neighborhoods patrolling those that have been evacuated. We have received quite a few questions about crimes occurring in those neighborhoods. We've had at least one isolated incident of a theft from a home. We had a second incident that was believed to have been an attempted or completed burglary of a home, when in fact it was actually emergency personnel that had to force entry into the home to look for what we believe to be an elderly resident there. Do not call the dispatch center here with non-police issues as far as asking questions about evacuations. We encourage you to monitor our social media pages, our Twitter feed, our Facebook page, and also to sign up for Nixle alerts. Our communications center obviously is very busy right now. They are answering quite a few calls, and of course calls for normal service, report calls, emergency situations, the need for police services elsewhere in the city. So tying up these phone lines to ask questions about evacuations strains our resources. We do ask that you monitor our social media. We will always keep you apprised of evacuations, and those affected by an evacuation will be contacted directly by the police officers. Let's talk about Nixle alerts for just 1 second. Nixle alerts are something you can register for by texting 888-777 is the number you text. Just type your zip code in, 91502, 91505. You will then begin to receive any alert that affects your zip code. So these are invaluable. I am the one sending the Nixle out, and you will get information, up to the minute information that will tell you where evacuation zones are, if somebody needs to evacuate, and if we close a road, things of that nature. We've used Nixle for quite a few things in the past, weather alerts, so it is a very valuable resource for you. Let's see here, just going down the list, those that have animals that have been displaced, Burbank residents that need temporary boarding for small animals, they can drop them off at the Burbank Animal Shelter. You must have a Burbank identification, and of course the animal shelter is located at over there on Victory Place, and their phone number is 818-238-3340. A couple of questions that have come in here as far as donations go. If I were to walk you around the police department right now, you wouldn't believe the amount of donations that we and the fire department have received. It is beyond generous. We are humbled by this gesture. Right now, we are not taking any more donations at the fire station here or police station because we are full of donations. We are asking that you contact maybe the rec center to see if they need anything. And if you see a firefighter officer out in the field, because all of our officers are actually out in the field right now. There's only a handful of us here at the police station managing some logistics. If you see an officer in the field or a firefighter, feel free to pull over, thank them, and hand them whatever you have, water, food, whatever it might be. But right now, we are no longer accepting donations here at the fire and police headquarters, at least right now. One last thing, and an important one, is the operation of drones and unmanned aircraft. We have been given some information that several people have flown drones near the fire center. This is against the law. There is a penal code section as well as a Burbank municipal code section that prohibits the flying of unmanned aircraft, drones near disaster and emergency scenes. This fire is certainly deemed a disaster and emergency scene. Anyone flying a drone in the area or interfering with emergency operations will be held liable for any costs associated with us needing to address those issues, and also subject to arrest. Also, we have an airport in Burbank. Remember that you cannot fly a drone within 5 miles of an airport. It is a federal offense. And I think that's about all I have right now. We will continue to update you either live or through messaging on our Twitter and Facebook. Again, Nixle Alerts, and we will talk to you very soon. Be safe, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact us through Facebook.